Yo, what is up YouTube? James Beck here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Bexwick Battles. Today's episode is going to be using the same team as the last episode with Kangaskhan, Necrozma, Xerneas, Incineroar, Tapu Fini, and Amoonguss. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, I highly recommend go checking them out. But for some reason, the intro to this video, I have no idea what happened to it, so I'm re-recording the intro. But basically, in the episode that you saw previously, there was some gap. I ended up playing some games with this team. It did alright. I wasn't exactly doing too well with it, so we'll find out if I'm able to do well in this episode, or you'll be able to find out because I already know what happens in this episode. But I think we're just going to cut it to the first battle, so we'll be right back with the first game of today's episode. Alright, we got our first opponent from Japan, 1491 rating. Is the computer lagging? I don't know. We have a Tapu Lele, Mewtwo, wow, triple psychic. Lele, Mewtwo, Necrozma with Incineroar, Tapu Fini, and Whimsicott. This is a really random team, actually. Just because, like, I'm not really understanding what it's supposed to do. So, Xerneas could be really nice here. I am really liking the Xerneas. Dealing with Whimsicott though is kind of a pain, but I just don't know if we bring it because my team is kind of Psychic weak, so my opponent might decide to bring the Psychic weak Pokemon. We'll go Xerneas here with the Amoonguss. I think it's pretty solid. Oh, I don't have Focus Sash on Amoonguss anymore. I can't really do that. Maybe I just lead the Pokemon that can actually stop my opponent from spamming Psychic moves. Necrozma and Incineroar with Fini and Xerneas on the back. Yeah, I like that more. So we'll see how this goes. The game plan is basically going to be, I guess, get rid of the Psychic Terrain and kind of slow down my opponent using the Tapu Fini. Get Xerneas into a position where I can Geomancy, because if I can Geomancy, my opponent is kind of weak to it, especially if that is going to be the Ultra Necrozma, which I wouldn't be surprised to see. I guess it's Mega Mewtwo Y as well. So, we're going to see the Lele Mewtwo come out, which is no surprise here, against my Necrozma and Incineroar. And this is a pretty good opportunity to just set up Calm Minds with Necrozma, because my opponent really can't do much. I'm guessing at worst you're going to Moonblast plus a Aura Spear into the Incineroar slot. I don't know what Mewtwo can do otherwise. Maybe it has a setup move. Could be like a Calm Mind, but they usually just run coverage. Or if you're on like one of the Gravity Hypnosis teams, you could run Gravity on the Mewtwo. But that usually includes a Groudon. So, just gonna Calm Mind here in regular Duskmane form, because it is probably the best way I can handle this situation. And we'll go Tapu Fini because maybe we could set up a Light Screen, and a Light Screen would be really good here. Did we confirm the Lele being Choice Scarf, Pressure, and Psychic Terrain? I'm pretty sure Psychic Terrain went first, but I can't exactly remember. But I'm pretty sure that we are not going to see a single Psychic type move come out from my opponent. It just makes no sense to draw off a Psychic type move. We'll go into Tapu Fini here. Let's see if Mewtwo goes for the Mega Evolution, and if it's X or Y. Probably Y. Y is more common. X is kind of average in VGC. As yeah, we're going to see the Mega Mewtwo Y, which does lower its physical defense, but unfortunately we don't have any physical moves other than maybe Incineroar's U-turn that can really do damage to Mewtwo. Nature's Madness is going to come out. Ooh. Into the Fini. Okay. So it's Scarf on the Lele, which we do confirm, and Shadow Ball actually going to come out. So yeah, that's a way you could hit my Necrozma. Luckily we do have Prism Armor, and we will get a Calm Mind up. Okay, good. So that's not too bad. Yeah, we're not exactly in the greatest spots. Nature's Madness and a Shadow Ball. I feel like it wouldn't KO Necrozma for sure. I think I'm gonna Calm Mind again here, and I really want to Heal Pulse here, the Necrozma. I really do, but I don't know if I'm in Side Shock range. A good thing is if he Nature Smash my Fini again, I'm gonna heal back to full. I'm gonna Heal Pulse my Necrozma. I'm gonna attempt it. Lele's not that bad of a threat. We're going to see Nature's Madness again into the Necrozma slots. I'm guessing it's going to be an attempt to double up to try and knock it out, which is no surprise here. Yep, Shadow Ball going to come out. We should survive this with the Calm Mind boost. Yeah. Whew. That's big, because we get a Calm Mind off, and we get a Heal Pulse off. And that's amazing, because now my Necrozma is boosted. It is boosted. It's ready to do damage. And we'll Heal Pulse again. So yeah, this Necrozma ready to go to work. And we could probably just switch out. We could just protect our Necrozma here, I think, and just go hard into the Incineroar right here on. I'm assuming you try to KO the Feeny now with Side Strike. Unless you want to double out the Necrozma again, but that doesn't make too much sense to me because of the fact that I could just Heal Pulse away. So, yep, I would imagine you have to target on the Feeny now. I'm really hoping it's not Nature's Madness in the Side Strike because it doesn't really make too much sense to me for you to go for that. But we'll see here. We'll go Incineroar. I'm guessing it's the last move. Mewtwo has to have Side Strike, you want to imagine, and then Aura Spear, I'm guessing it's the last move. So, okay, we'll protect our Necrozma right here. We're in a decent spot. We're going to see the Nature's Madness into the Necrozma slot and the Side Strike. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Pretty much the best turn possible. I don't think I knock out either one of these Pokemon with Necrozma, which is the important part. I could try to bait the Aura Spear, go out into the Tapu Fini once again. I think I want to just Calm Mind again and fake out the Lele. Because even if Incineroar takes an Aura Spear, it's not going to be like the worst case in the world, and we'll live like 2 Shadow Balls from this Mewtwo, so we're in a fine spot. Focus Blast. Okay. Ah, that didn't do as much as I thought. Special Defense Shot, which is a bit annoying, but that's alright. We get another Calm Mind off. Alright, we're +3. Don't know if we knock out either Pokemon yet. Wonder if you're going to predict a switch. I mean, I just want to go into Feeny because if you focus... Like, you're going to attack the Necrozma slot. I'm just going to protect and actually go back into Feeny because if you decide to Focus Blast again, right? I probably activate Berry with Feeny, I would imagine, and then I would be able to be put in a great position where I could either get a bunch of damage off into my opponent or and trade Feeny, or I could get a light screen off and do damage, which would be immaculate right here. So we'll see the Nature's Madness come out in Necrozma, no surprise there, and the Focus Blast once again, yep. Feeny avoiding is actually kind of a worse situation, but still not too bad, I guess. I feel like +3 should knock out Lele. Would Photon Geyser do more or Earth Power? Earth Power definitely, since it's not resisted. I'm gonna go for Earth Power here. And I'm gonna go for the Heal Pulse into the Necrozma slot. We'll see how this works out. So we'll finally burst with our Necrozma. We're at +3 if I remember right. No, like even at +3, I'm not sure how much Earth Power is going to be doing to this Tapu Lele. We are going to see Nature's Madness once again. It will target down my Necrozma, no surprise there. But Shadow Ball won't knock me out at the range I'm at. So Side Strike is going to come out this time. Could have went into the Incineroar, but felt maybe it was a bit too obvious, and I'm okay with this trade, I think. Yeah, so Feeny is going to go down here to the Side Strike. Very powerful move. Earth Power, hopefully it knocks out the Tapu Lele, because that's what I'm hoping for my position. Nice. We do knock out Tapu Lele, which is really good here. And we could go Incineroar, but I think I'm going to go Xerneas actually here. Because I think Xerneas is a pretty good Pokemon to come out here. As we're going to see the Feeny on my opponent's side. Huh. Okay. I want to say Shadow Ball doesn't knock out my Necrozma. Since I'm +3. Even with like no more Prism Armor, I still think it shouldn't be doing too much. And I want to say +3 Photon Geyser should knock out Tapu Fini. So yeah, we'll go for the well, it's not like I'm going to use the Z move for anything else, so I'm going to target on the Feeny with the Z move. And just attempt to Geomancy here. Because I'm in a pretty good spot now. Because I can get Incineroar in later for Fake Out. There's like so many things I can do right now. And I think, yeah, my opponent's in a really tough spot because Mewtwo can't knock out either one of my Pokemon. I get to knock out the Feeny here, and I get a Geomancy off. So Mewtwo actually going to protect here. Don't know what that really accomplishes. Because I'll be able to knock out the Feeny. And that'll be game, I think. Although Mega Mewtwo Y should... Does it even live a Moonblast? I know it has pretty decent bulk overall and has pretty decent special defense. Not sure, but I guess we'll figure it out after this. Alright, we do knock out Feeny, no surprise there. We're able to get a Geomancy out. Maybe my opponent's trying to win with a Whimsicott endgame, but even then, it's not looking good for my opponent right now. So we will Geomancy. Hmm. This guy's like the only Pokemon that could probably screw me over right here, but you would imagine it's probably the Necrozma on my opponent's side, right? Yeah, Necrozma is in the back, no surprise. I do want to go for the Earth Power in the Necrozma and the Moonblast in the Mewtwo because, one, even if this doesn't work out, and let's say this loses us the game, I kind of really want that information. I'm pretty sure Mewtwo should go down to +2 Moonblast. There's not many Pokemon that live it, especially since Mewtwo probably not invested too much, so we'll be able to get this Moonblast off in the Mewtwo. Critical hit, we don't even get to find that, but I'm pretty sure it does. And in this case, I get to Earth Power the Necrozma +3. Even with Prism Armor, should probably survive though. Oh, it doesn't. Nice. Neuroforce really coming in clutch there as well, so we are able to just knock out the Necrozma and we are able to win the game. So, not really. I don't know. I feel like we didn't play that well. Like, Psychic Spam's kind of hard to deal with in my case sometimes because, like, Tapu Lele is just an annoying Pokemon. Nature's Madness was also, like, really pressuring as well. But I feel like my opponent didn't get to capitalize too much, and I felt like I basically had trade-offs there. Like, I got as I said, trade-off Feeny for Lele was pretty big because I didn't want Lele or Revenge K on me later in the game. I didn't want Magic Room coming out, and I really didn't want Psychic Terrain coming out again. Like, Psychic Terrain, like, being back on the field would have been extremely bad for me. I wanted to find a position where I could Geomantic with Xerneas potentially. And my opponent sent out Necrozma there, and it was an Ultra Necrozma. Might have been a bit more complicated, but I mean, there were probably some tools that I could have played around with. Like, I could have sacked my Ultra Necrozma there, bring out Incineroar. I could have Hard Switched to Incineroar. I think Hard Switching Incineroar makes more sense. So I could have Fake Out Pressure, and then I could Geomancy. So I guess it wouldn't have been in the worst case. We also still don't even know if that was an Ultra Necrozma just because of the fact that Demon burst in the final form, but it makes sense not to burst. Because you want to hope that you can live an attack and maybe, I don't know, crit this Xerneas, I guess. Or if you have Sunsteel Strike, knock it out. We have a 1491 rated player from Japan as our next opponent with an interesting team. Groudon, Reshiram, Tapu Lele, Drifblim, the Gallade, and Tapu Fini. So it's Mega Gallade, it looks like. But it could have, like, not Mega Gallade. We could see, like, a Trick Room Gallade, which we saw back in 2014. Yeah, so Gallade is really interesting here. But it does look like Psychic Spam offense with Gallade, Tapu Lele, and the Drifblim. Drifblim, really cool Pokemon. It gets a lot of options in this format, especially... Let's try to ignore the Gravity Hypnosis one, but I think Skill Swap is pretty nice on Drifblim. It gets Haze, obviously. It gets quite a few disruptive moves. Knockoff is pretty clutch as well, so yeah, there's quite a few things. I think the Necrozma here is going to be really, really good here, as well as the Fini. Fini does really well against my opponent's team overall, so I think I'm going to want to bring the Tapu Fini, the Necrozma, the Xerneas for sure, because I think Xerneas can set up in Geo, and I could just win the game if I can get rid of the Drifblim. And I think I'm going to want Incineroar for Intimidate. I don't really see Amoonguss doing that well in this game. Doesn't really do well against Psychic Offense and the Groudon, and Kangaskhan just it doesn't really like Gallade or Groudon too much, so just gotta figure out order. I think I'm gonna bring the Tapu Fini and the Necrozma lead with Incineroar and Xerneas in the back. I don't think it's wise setting up Xerneas in front of a Drifblim, so don't think it's worth setting it up yet. Maybe if I get a few Ice wins off onto the Drifblim, like, I could get into a good position, but right now, like, leading Xerneas against his team when it doesn't even offer too much offensive pressure is not really that good for me. So I'd rather just set up with the Necrozma here. But I gotta be careful because Necrozma is my main answer for the Groudon, obviously, so I gotta be cautious of that. So we'll lead Tapu Fini here. We're gonna see the Psychic Terrain go off first, and we get the Misty Terrain up. We're just trying to prevent that Hypnosis strategy coming out here, which is the main part. And yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. We could Light Screen up if we want to. We could go for an Icy Wind, which is really tempting here. We could get a Nature's Madness off immediately right off the bat. There are so many good options right here. Gotta think. Nature's Madness sounds pretty good. So does Icy Wind. But Icy Wind doesn't do too much until the Drifblim's out of Tailwind. But I think Icy Wind's better just because, like, if Groudon comes in, if we Icy Wind, I think maybe Ultra Necrozma could outspeed the Groudon afterward, depending on its set. So, yeah, we'll go for the Icy Wind here. We're going to see the Gravity come out, so maybe trying to set up Groudon in the back, or maybe just, I don't know what you're really trying to do here. But we do confirm it is a Scarflette. It did outspeed the Drifblim, which had Psychic Seed, so it was an Unburdened Drifblim. So yeah, that's not too bad for us. We are able to get a Calm Mind off with our Necrozma right here, which will boost up our stats. Even if this is a Haze Drifblim, it has to waste a turn hazing. And that will also get rid of its special defense boost as well. Icy Wind will come out into my opponent's Pokemon. And yeah, even then, like, even if you haze this turn, like, an Icy Wind is still going to go off from Feeny because the Drifblim will be faster than the Feeny. The Lele is pretty much useless on my opponent's team, so I'm pretty sure that it will be switching out. There's not much it can really switch out into safely, though. So we'll just go for I don't want to burst yet because of the pressure that Lele can exert. I think I'm just going to go for the Earth Power raw into Lele. We are going to see the Lele retreat, which is no surprise because it is under a lot of heavy pressure. We are going to see the Groudon come out, which is no surprise here. And this is pretty good for us because now we'll be able to get an Icy Wind off as well as an Earth Power into that Primal Groudon. I could have knocked out the Groudon right away, but I just wanted to make sure that the Lele didn't stay in just to be sacked. So I'd rather just have this offensive presence against the Groudon right here. So we will see the Desolate Land come out. Hopefully we hit both Icy Winds because that's pretty crucial. We're going to see my opponent have Icy Wind. Oh, that changes quite a bit. Okay. That's an interesting Icy Wind here, as we will get Earth Power into the Groudon, which is really good because unless my opponent brought Feeny, you're not healing the Groudon. Oh my lord, we did so much damage with that +1. That is an offensive Groudon for sure, as we get an Icy Wind off, and that will be able to knock out the Groudon. Critical hit? Yeah. I mean, next turn I could have probably just protected Icy Wind again. I don't think my opponent could have knocked out the Drifblim, the Feeny, with like a Shadow Ball Precipice Blades combination, but wow, that worked out beautifully in our favor. Like, we were able to get rid of the Groudon, which is so nice for our team. As Tapu Lele is going to come out and reveal itself once again. So that means Hypnosis is probably coming out. I'd imagine it's going to be like Hypnosis into the Necrozma slot. And I would imagine you Moonblast a Feeny, but it could be a Psychic as well. I do want to retreat here because I don't think Incineroar is as helpful anymore. And we'll just protect our Necrozma right here. This still seems fine with our position. Like, we just have to get our Incineroar in and pivot back into our Feeny because we want to deny Hypnosis because Hypnosis can be very scary here. As even though the Psychic Terrain is powering up my Necrozma, it's not really helpful if the Necrozma goes to sleep. So we will see a Psychic come out into the Incineroar slot. We are going to see Hypnosis come out into that Necrozma slot. Perfect. So now what I can do is just go out in a Feeny once again. Although, yeah, because I'm pretty sure you're switching out into Reshiram and going for Hypnosis again. If you stay in Psychic, that's fine, I think. The question is, do I want to burst here and go for Earth Power? Or I could just go for a raw Earth Power into the Lele slot. I like staying in the regular form, really, with Necrozma. Even though I could just maybe win the game right here, but I do just win the game here because my opponent forfeits. I feel like, yeah, I feel like even though my opponents have Gravity, like, you weren't exactly in the best spot. Maybe my opponent was hoping that Lele would go down if I was like a Sunsteel Strike one. But yeah, it was just the fact that I was able to catch the Groudon to switch in, and even if, let's say, the Lele stayed in, it would have survived. So you're wasting Tailwind turns, so no matter what, that's the problem with Drifblim Lele, especially if you're running that Scarf support one with Gravity, because if you lock yourself into Gravity, you're basically useless, and with Drifblim, you're wasting your own Tailwind turns if you don't get knocked out immediately. So it relies on getting knocked out early, because Lele is a frail Pokemon, but still, didn't work out exactly in my opponent's favor because of the fact that it just wasn't in a good spot. Like, we either got a bunch of damage in Lele, stalled out some Tailwind turns, also was slowing down my opponent's team with the Icy Wind, especially that Drifblim, to be knocked out in future turns, or we were just, yeah, my opponent switched out and I caught the switch, and then, as you saw, put in an advantageous position. Our last opponent running, ooh, this is a scary one. Bisharp, Rayquaza, Xerneas, Incineroar, Tapu Fini, and Amoonguss. What was his rating? Because I thought it was pretty high. This is very concerning because this matchup looks pretty dang hard. I will say it does look pretty hard here. I'm probably not bringing Necrozma actually because I don't think Necrozma's that good. I am gonna bring the Kangaskhan here. I think Kangaskhan does do pretty decent against my opponent's team. With the Xerneas, I want to say. I feel like I have nothing for Amoonguss, though. I think it's better, though, if that's the case. We'll go King Xerneas with Feeny and Amoonguss. I want to put positions where I can clear smog the opposing Xerneas. Like, I can win without Geo, but it's going to be really tough here. Just because my opponent has an Amoonguss. There's a Bisharp I have to worry about. I'm not even sure if you're going to bring Bisharp, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it. Just because, like, I have Intimidate, I have Icy Wind Spam. There's, like, quite a few things that my opponent has. So this is going to be a really tough matchup. Let's see how this goes. Xerneas and Incineroar are going to lead. Okay. No surprise there. We're going to lead our Kangaskhan Xerneas. Probably just fake outs are going to happen. Probably just fake outs are going to be trade here. Incineroar can U-turn if it wants to. I think I'm going to go out in my Amoonguss. I think Amoonguss is really good here. I'll be able to capitalize pretty well here because I do have that Occa Berry on that Amoonguss, which I did switch to from my original team. So we're going to fake out the Xerneas. We're going to switch out into Amoonguss because having health on Xerneas is pretty important for like the Dragon's Ascent Extreme Speed combination from the Rayquaza. So I think it's 100% worth it. 1751. Okay. Also, we don't know what kind of Rayquaza this is. We also don't know what the item on the Bisharp is too. So there's quite a few things to be concerned about. What we are going to try to do here though is get into a position with our Amoonguss here where we can Spore reliably. So we will get Amoonguss in as we're going to Mega Evolve with our Kangaskhan. I have to get my Charger, I think. There we go. Is Fake Out gonna come out? Target down my Fake Out targeting the Xerneas. No surprise there. Fake Out is gonna come out into my Xerneas slot. Yep. So, critical hit's annoying, but we should be fine regardless. Cause I really want to get my own Xerneas in and just Spore the Incineroar slot. I don't think you want your Xerneas to go to sleep here. Did my opponent have Feeny? You did have Feeny, but I don't think you're going to Geomancy on the chance at Clear Smog. You're probably just going to Blitz my Amoonguss. So I'm going to actually Spore the Incineroar slot and go Xerneas because I could play a bit aggressive with my Xerneas just because I do have the Tapu Fini, which I could bring out. So, yeah. And also, Kangaskhan is kind of important for damage. We are going to see the Xerneas Protect, which is really good, and I'm guessing it's going to be that Flare Blitz coming out here. So, awesome. This works out in our favor because we have that Occa Berry. We will be able to do a lot of damage here. It will take a lot, but, like, we live in Moonblast from the Xerneas. Really? I might be put in Moonblast range now because of that. Spore the Incineroar. So Incineroar is now asleep. Why did they have to get the burn? I'd imagine my opponent has a Amoonguss you're gonna bring out now. So I'm just gonna Moonblast the Xerneas and I want to Spore. I'm gonna Spore the Xerneas. Even if I trade a Amoonguss, it's not too bad because the Xerneas would be put to sleep here. Incineroar's gonna retreat. I don't think he had Feeny in this match. He did have Feeny in this matchup. I guess I should have Clear Smoked. Gotcha to Clear Smoked, yeah. Really? Okay, Spore was a bad play though on my part, yeah. I was really expecting Feeny though. I wasn't expecting Feeny. I was expecting Amoonguss. That makes this really tough. Makes this really, really tough. Especially since it's probably like a Haze variant of Feeny too. Not Haze, but I would assume Light Screen, so my Xerneas isn't going to break through it as well. He lowered his special attack though. That's one step closer. Auto Amoonguss is in Dazzling Gleam range. Is it? It's Dazzling Gleam Icy Wind range, that's for sure. Okay, so you don't have... I don't think you can afford to have Amoonguss in the back. We'll go Kang here. We'll try to fake out Geo, I guess. We're gonna be in a really tough spot though, because there's also Heal Pulse from this Feeny as well, which is definitely concerning. Gleam is no surprise here. because yeah, just trying to get enough damage. Kangaskhan takes that actually decently well. Icy Wind is going to come out, which means my Xerneas is always going to be slower, but no surprise there because like my Xerneas was EV to be slow in the first place. So we can find ourselves a position to get a Mungus in, I guess. I mean, we're gonna Geomancy Fake Out on, I'm guessing, a Heal Pulse plus a Light Screen. I mean, yeah, you would Heal Pulse. You're just gonna Dazzling Gleam Heal Pulse. I feel like that there's no play that really harms from that. So we will go for the Fake Out here. Into the Xerneas. And Heal Pulse. Well, Geomancy's gonna go off first. Man. The benefit is, thanks to that special attack drop, we at least got the Xerneas to only +1 special attack, which is actually pretty big here. So, get Geomancy off. Oh wow, we're trading hazes. That's interesting because, yeah, you got rid of my boost, but you got rid of your boost as well. This actually kind of works out in my favor. Xerneas is still threatened by my, I think you just protect Icy Wind here. I'm gonna go Feeny. I'm gonna go Feeny here because I want Light Screen up. I think Light Screen's gonna be really clutch here. And I want Kangaskhan still alive because Kangaskhan's actually really important here. Ah, you just go for Moonblast though, okay. Into the Feeny slot, which isn't too bad. Because I'll live it. Special attack drop doesn't really matter here, unless maybe I need the damage on Ray, but I don't think I will. We'll get a Moonblast off into the Xerneas, into the Feeny. Icy Wind gonna come out, which is fine. I wonder if I could Geomance, go for a second Geo here. I do want a Light Screen up for 100%. I'm gonna Moonblast. Or did I just Heal Pulse? Because he might just double up my Xerneas slot. I think Heal Pulse might be better. Unless Xerneas protects here, but I can't really see it. Yeah, I'm gonna Heal Pulse my Xerneas. Still a very complicated game though, because now I have to really rely on my Xerneas to do work here. Protect, alright. Oh, Guardian of Lola? Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. So I'm guessing that's in the Xerneas. That's kind of a good thing I Heal Pulse, because if I Light Screen I would have been in a really worse position. So I guess it's not too bad here, but still not really the best case for me. Yeah, here comes Guardian of Lola into the Xerneas. And then we Heal Pulse. Still not too bad. We also learned that this Fiend doesn't have recovery, which is good. So we saw Nature's Madness. We saw this Rift Disease. We saw Haze. We saw Icy Wind. We don't know what the last move is, so it might not be Heal Pulse. Because I feel like if you had Heal Pulse, you had multiple times to go for it. I'm gonna Light Screen up now. Because Moonblast might go on a Xerneas, maybe an Icy Wind. It might be Icy Wind Moonblast, or I'm thinking Nature's Madness and a Feeny to try and put me in range. So we're gonna see Dazzling Gleam come out, which is a safe mid-ground play for my opponent. Oh, you did have Heal Pulse. This is gonna be a long game. So we will get Light Screen up. I still have my Xerneas -1. I really just want a Nature's Madness the Xerneas. Actually, what I kind of want to do is Geomancy. Huh. I'm trying to figure out how to play that works. I think I'm actually going to Geomancy. Art to Kang. I think that works because I could fake out the Xerneas potentially if my opponent is thinking of the same thing where you're going to try to Geo. Because I think we got to get into a position where we get out of Stall War, I feel like. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Oh, that's even better. Okay. Is it? No, it is. Because I can fake out the Feeny now. Because I don't have to fake out the Zern. So I'm going to Geo here. My Xerneas is going to be at neutral speed at this point. But I think it's alright. So I'm going to fake out the Feeny. Because I can't let another Icy Wind off. Because that just allows a haze situation. Yeah, this might be alright. This doesn't look too bad now. Ooh. This doesn't look too bad now. Because now I'm in a position where I can Geomancy. We're gonna see the we're gonna see the switch into Rayquaza. Ooh, that's a. Oh, are you gonna Geo with your Xerneas? That'd be that's a great play if you do. Moonblast is fine, but like I'm really scared of Geo here. No, you just Moonblast. Okay, that's not too bad. Because I have Light Screen up. I still take a lot of damage though. What's nice is we broke the Rayquaza's Focus Sash too. We get the Xerneas in. Geoed. You're gonna Dragon Descent. I guess I had to fake out the Xerneas that turn and make the read, but I felt like if you Icy Winded there, I would have been in a really awkward spot. So I'm gonna protect going Amoonguss here, because I think the least likely play. The problem is if he Sword Stance here, predicting my Protect from the Xerneas, I'm in a really bad spot, and I wouldn't be surprised if he made that play. Like, realistically, we are going to see the Mega Rayquaza, so that Delta Stream animation is horrible. Man, I really regret not clear smogging the Xerneas that one turn, because I think that would have helped immensely. I was really expecting Amoonguss in this matchup. We will Protect here. We're going to see the Dragon Descent into the Xerneas. Geo? Yeah, good play from my opponent. I have to Rage Powder here. That's the sad part. Ah, I'm almost out of Light Screen too. This is not looking good. I think my opponent actually has this. Unless I crit the opposing Xerneas now. I didn't Icy Wind the Xerneas out, but right? No, I never clicked Icy Wind. Let's see. I'm gonna Rage Powder and Gleam. Because I can't afford to Dragon Descent. I think you always... Unless I Protect Spore... Unless I went for a double Protect and Spore, I guess. Maybe I had to make that play here. Because Dragon Descent is gonna come out... Like, I think it should always target the Xerneas slot regardless. So Amoonguss is gonna go down. I need to get rid of Rayquaza because Rayquaza always just threatens my Xerneas. Yeah, we are gonna see that Geomancy. It's kind of funny. We got 4 Geomancies in this one game. Still fun. No, I'm pretty sure that's game. Gleam is gonna come out here. We will be able. Oh wait. Alright, that's for the crit and the burn earlier. Even though people might say it didn't matter, like it could have, because like I could have stayed in with Amoonguss potentially. Skin wears off. I go Kang here. We click Fake Out into the Incineroar and Moonblast and the Feeny. We win the game. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, Incineroar. Oh, Incineroar didn't take a turn to sleep yet, actually. So yeah, it was Heal Pulse on the Feeny. Yeah, we just win by clicking. I want to say +2 Gleam knocks at the Feeny, but you might as well just go for Moonblast. We already revealed it didn't have Protect. Yeah. So we just Moonblast the Feeny. We fake out the Incineroar, which then puts in range of Moonblast, I'd imagine. Yeah, match is gonna be forfeit. So I think that was not a game we deserved to win, but we basically, I guess we went for our outs. Unless you Dragon's Descent to Xerneas, I had to go for a double protect, and I think I had to clear Smog to Xerneas, because then I think I would be able to win just by clicking Gleam Rage Powder. So I would have either had to go for the double protect or the crit, but you could have also just targeted down the Amoonguss, which would be fair, because your Xerneas was guaranteed to Geomancy that turn anyway. But yeah, actually I would have probably needed the crit, because you maybe just Dragon's Descent the Amoonguss slot regardless. But yeah, I think not the game obviously we were supposed to win. I think like the biggest plays we could have changed though were sporing when we didn't expect the Feeny. I guess maybe I should have expected Feeny, because now that I'm thinking about it, Amoonguss isn't exactly, I mean, Amoonguss isn't exactly the greatest against my Ultra Necrozma, but I just didn't think Ultra Necrozma was really that good against my opponent's team. So I don't know, maybe I should have always clicked Clear Smog, I guess, because maybe just Spore is always getting a bit too greedy, especially when they have a Feeny and its potential my opponent could bring in. My opponent obviously saw a reason to see it, and I can definitely see after seeing the Haze, which was pretty important, as well as like just Heal Pulse and Icy Wind support for my opponent. So Clear Smog was the one play. I guess Fake Out the Xerneas was the other, because maybe maybe the read into Fake Out the Feeny to prevent the Icy Wind was a bit too obvious there. So if I just faked out the opponent, well, even yeah, I think it was probably still the better play regardless, just to fake out the Xerneas. Maybe it was a bit too obvious that I was playing into, but hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Vector Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, show support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social media, the side series of my channel, and all that other good stuff. Otherwise, if you do want to try out the team, there is a paste spin of the team in the description down below for you to try out. And you can check out my Patreon page if you want to go that extra mile to support my channel, but you can always support my channel by leaving a like on the video, sharing it with your friends, and leaving a comment down below. Otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.